Hi, I'm Veronica Lee. It's the week of July 26th, 2021, and this is your weekly transformational forecast. What I want to speak to, I've spoken to before, but it's coming up in a little bit heightened kinds of ways, and I also can go a little bit deeper into the meaning in the process. Energetically, we are getting these upgrades, let's say. They've been going on for years. We're really trying to attune ourselves with these higher frequencies of love consciousness, of our awakened state, beings that are multiple dimensional and have powers far more than what we recognize in this day and age. We might have a sense, we might know, but we've let them become dormant in order to move around and, function in this, planet as it is now. But we are also kind of tired of that and ready to continue our own conscious spiritual evolution. What I've been noticing for a while now, and I've spoken to this in some of the other videos, is a lot of activity around that left region of the brain. And specifically, the left often shows me our intuitive side, right? We are opening up our own intuitive nature and also our multidimensionality. What I'm seeing is this whole region is trying to, I would say, reconnect with our inherent intuitive powers of claircognizance specifically, but also, the other clairsenses like clairvoyance, clairaudience, etc. With the claircognizance, what I do want to speak to that about is that is one of the fastest, but also often the most rejected of our senses, of our clairsenses, because we immediately go into doubt. So with claircognizance, that is to know, to clearly know something, we will suddenly have this understanding of maybe somebody's personality or their behavior or whatever the picture might be. So for example, when I do my readings, I might get some physical sensations like, oh, I'm feeling a little bit of a headache up here, or I'm getting some chills. I rarely get chills, but that's an example. Or there's tightness in my belly, right? Whereas when I get information, I simply know the information. I just know. That's claircognizance. Now, I could be wrong, and people can reflect back to me, which is, I'm not really sure about what you mean in this area. However, I will say I'm rarely wrong, that, it is like so spot on in terms of me really understanding what it is I know, even though it may not be the particular details of something. That's my relationship with trusting my claircognizance. And what happens is that when we are new to tapping into and tuning in with that gift, what'll happen is the information will come, we'll have this knowing, and then we immediately shut it out because of doubt, because of, well, how would I know that? Or I'm not really sure. Or if, for example, somebody says, well, no, that's not quite right, or they don't understand what you've just said, then again, it goes into, I must be wrong. So my sense of what's happening in this bigger collective picture is that in this energy of claircognizance, it's not like we want to know so that we can be better than or more right than someone else. Not it at all. It's about learning to trust that information which comes to us and take it in as our perception. So I want to kind of clarify that. When I get information in this sense of claircognizance, it's like, oh, I know this. I don't know why I know it, but I'm going to speak to it. That's saying I trust that. And from there, it is up to someone else or a reflection back to me going, can you clarify? Or this doesn't quite match. And then I continue to speak to that which I know, right? Now, if, for example, we are talking about clairvoyance or even seeing in general with our physical eyes, we might say to someone, your shirt is a lovely shade of blue. And they look and they're like, well, I don't really describe this as blue. To me, it's much more denim. And you're like, isn't that blue? Okay, hold on. And then you can have that discussion, right? But you're still talking about your perceptions. So what I'm seeing is we're opening up these channels, opening up this whole energy of our claircognizance for us to trust and for us to get in tuned with, so that we can start to navigate more confidently and more clearly with that which we know. Because what we know, again, right or wrong, doesn't quite matter. We can judge if we want. What we know is what naturally comes through us as our perceptions. We get connected to those perceptions. So energetically, what's happening is as we are moving to these higher states of consciousness and our clair senses are starting to be more activated, we can start to develop our relationships with them. So what I want you to look at this week is maybe pay attention to that which suddenly, a thought that comes through, that which suddenly kind of like pops up and goes, oh wait, I think I already know that. And then, play with it a little bit. Play with your trust with that a little bit. And maybe it's writing it down, then having a conversation with someone. And if they don't validate it, that's okay. Understand it's still your perception, but understand perhaps why it is you're receiving it and what your perceptions are about. So with that, have a good rest of your week, and we will continue this conversation and see what comes up next week.